Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer, while experienced with electric vehicles like bikes and cars, was a newcomer to the world of e-scooters. The search was for a specific solution, a lightweight portable scooter for a family member's short commute to a bus stop. The main challenge was finding a model that was light enough to be carried onto a bus and into an office without sacrificing ride quality, speed, or range. Most options on the market were either heavy but high-performing or light but lacking in key areas. This particular scooter struck the perfect balance. It managed to combine a very manageable weight with an impressive range and a satisfying top speed, all while including good-sized pneumatic tires that contribute to a smoother ride. After a week of use for both the intended commute and other short errands, our reviewer found it to be a fantastic machine and was very happy with the purchase overall. However, the experience wasn't without a few quirks that kept it from earning a perfect rating. A significant design issue is the placement of the turn signal switch right next to the throttle, which makes it difficult to use without accidentally jerking the speed. The Bluetooth auto unlock feature, while convenient, can be unreliable, sometimes relocking the scooter even when the phone is right beside it. The companion app also has its flaws. The ride statistics often lag, appearing a day late in a completely nonsensical time zone, and the user interface feels a bit clumsy to navigate. The biggest long-term concern for this client is the lack of local repair centers, raising worries about the potential cost and hassle of shipping the scooter across the country for any future hardware or warranty issues.
All right, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer finds that while this electric scooter isn't perfect for its price point, it's a fantastic value that handles the fundamentals exceptionally well. Our reviewer was impressed with the solid acceleration and its ability to handle medium hills, a clear step up from more entry-level models. They did note that the throttle can be a bit tricky to modulate for gentle acceleration or maintaining slow speeds, but found the regenerative braking to be very nicely tuned. The mechanical brakes are a bit grabby initially, but once this client got used to them, they provided smooth and very effective stopping power. As is common in this category, the scooter lacks a suspension system, so the shock absorption isn't great on rougher surfaces. Another trade-off is the weight. It's considerably heavier than more basic scooters, making it a challenge to carry upstairs or transport easily. On the practical side, the battery life is a standout feature. Performance remains strong even when the battery level drops below half, and the scooter is still capable of maintaining respectable speeds. This client particularly appreciated the thoughtful features, like the ability to electronically lock the motor, which is a nice deterrent for quick stops where a heavy lock is inconvenient. The built-in headlight is bright, though its beam is somewhat limited in scope. For those who enjoy customization, the standard-sized handlebars make it simple to add accessories or change the grips. Our reviewer also mentioned that a repair manual is available online, and that accessing the internal wiring is straightforward enough for adding small electronics. However, there aren't any major firmware modding communities or simple, drop-in kits for adding suspension or a rear cargo rack, which means some fabrication would be required for those kinds of upgrades. Overall, it stands out as a reliable and powerful option that gets the core experience right.
All right, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer finds that overall, this electric scooter is a solid piece of kit and serves as their primary mode of transportation, covering about 8-10 miles daily. While it generally performs well for their needs, there are a few significant points worth noting. First off, our reviewer points out that the real-world range falls considerably short of what's advertised. They understand that the listed range is a best-case scenario, and their usage, which involves a lot of stop-and-go with wide-open throttle acceleration and cruising, is probably as demanding as it gets for battery life. Given this, they accept burning through the battery faster than advertised, but their realistic range is closer to half of what the manufacturer claims. Upon unboxing, the brakes needed adjusting, which wasn't a huge hassle, just a quick job with an Allen wrench, but it would have been nice if that step was either handled at the factory or included as part of the initial setup instructions. The tires also demand a bit of attention. They need to be aired up at least weekly, sometimes even more frequently. Our client noticed that while low tires don't necessarily compromise speed, they absolutely tank battery life at an alarming rate. Another minor annoyance involves the screws holding the handlebars to the main upright stem, which tend to loosen pretty often and require retightening. On the positive side, this scooter certainly delivers on speed and has no trouble powering up hills, which is a big plus for daily commutes. However, a major point of frustration for our reviewer is the charging speed. They describe the 2-amp charging as ridiculous. If it charged quicker, they admit they'd be less bothered by the battery's actual performance. They also expressed a preference not to leave it plugged in unattended or overnight due to concerns about the battery and charger's safety, wishing it could achieve a full charge in an hour or two instead of the several hours it currently takes.
That's it for this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.